What space illness makes you red and itchy?
Oh, geez. I don't know.
The chicken spox. Welcome to the greatest DC show on YouTube. It's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. The show made it to another week. Signature King, how was your week? Was there any comic book hunting going on?
Not necessarily hunting per se, but I did manage to make it to the LCS and pick up this week's books. So
Very nice.
And I did manage to get some.
Yes, I watched your short. Yeah, Blind as a Bat.
Luckily, I didn't get any repeats, so
that's good. So I watched your shorts as well as a few other people's unboxing videos. And one that I watched, they were opening them up backwards, so you didn't see the cover when you open the bag. And the second one the guy opened up, everything was gold on the back. And he knew he hit something really good. He got, I think, a 1 in 500.
Yeah, that's Chase. That's Chase. I think there's two chasers. There's one where it's like the Batman logo, but it's all gold and the logo is black. Yep. And the other one is I think it was the A cover, where it's like the Batman on like holding the rope swinging, but that's all gold too.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So I haven't been to the store to get one, but I'm thinking about getting one, and just for the funsies of it.
Yeah. And what's nice is I don't think there's any it doesn't say it doesn't. I don't think you're going to get like an A cover or B, like something you could just buy.
I think everything that is in the bags are foil.
Yeah.
I think that's what someone said. So yeah. And I don't think you can buy anything that isn't foil. Is that correct?
I mean, you can go buy an regular A cover, but
yeah, but you can't get a foil A cover.
You can.
You can
get a foil A cover.
Yeah, in the bags, but you can't just go on the shelf and buy one, right?
Yes, you can. And it's weird because the only difference is, I don't have one here, but the difference is the logo, the DC logo is up here on the A cover. The only difference is it's a foil. It's just down here now.
Okay.
That's literally it.
Okay, good to know. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing it, so.
I'm going to get more.
I think you should save one, and maybe I'll get one and save it, and maybe, we're going to do a Batman Day Fanboys Live coming up, and maybe we'll open them up on there.
Yeah, they're not very expensive.
No, they're not bad at all. Yeah, they're not bad at all. So tonight, though, we're getting prepared for tomorrow's big holiday, Star Trek Day.
Yeah, I got to admit, I did not know that was a thing.
How are you going to celebrate it?
I'll be at work.
Are you going to boldly go where no Signature King has ever gone?
No, unfortunately, I have to go into the office tomorrow, so I'll be going where I don't want to go.
Okay.
If that helps.
We're excited to celebrate a day early, and we have a special guest that maybe isn't known as much in the comic book community, but hosts a special Star Trek and pop culture oriented show that's gearing up for a brand new season that's going to be kicking off later this month. And we're very excited from the NX7062 podcast to welcome Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, and you have a guest joining you as well.
Yes, this is LeBeau.
Hi, LeBeau.
My Frenchie.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like how it blurs out the face of the dog.
You know what? I didn't realize that blurring my background would blur the dog too. There he is. That's LeBeau. He keeps me company on my show too. I've had him for about 6 months, and he does pop in.
So, very nice.
Yeah.
So for those that aren't familiar with you, talk about what your show is about, and talk about you as a collector.
Okay, so my show is about basically anything Star Trek. I always tell people when I approach them about interviewing or whatever, it's me. I talk about whatever the bleep I want because it's my show. But as long as it's Star Trek related in any way, then I talk about it. And so every week's just a different subject, whatever pops into my head, or maybe somebody makes a suggestion. And I also do have interviews with Star Trek celebrities. I have been really fortunate to have some amazing Star Trek celebrities from some of the shows come on. Most notably, John Billingsley's been a repeat. been a repeat guest on my show, along with his wife, Bonnie, and I always mess up her last name, Frederici, who was in Chuck. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Chuck.
Yeah,
he was
Chuck.
in Chuck and in one episode of Star Trek Enterprise. So, so it's live on Monday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern. And like I said, I just talk about whatever Star Trek stuff pops in my head. New stuff, old stuff, Kelvin timeline, which is something we're all going to be talking about in a little bit. It doesn't matter as long as it's Trek or Trek adjacent.
Yeah. And sometimes too, certain people in the chat might try to lead you down another path. And sometimes you do follow for a little bit.
What's really funny, and my viewers know this, and what's really funny is one of my favorite games to play is 6 Degrees of Separation from Star Trek. Where basically Lasso or anybody else in the chats can like just throw something out and we'll start talking about some topic, and somehow or other I almost always am able to loop it back to Star Trek in some way just by a free-flowing conversation.
Very nice.
So that's one of my favorite things to do. That's a lot of fun.
I already know which one I'm going to hit you with when your show comes back for the new season. So
okay.
I can't tell you now because that gives you too much time to prepare.
Yeah, to think about it. But
it's a good one. It's a good one. I'll tell you that.
I can't wait. You are the worst of it. And you and I have so much fun when you're in the chats and you're just throwing things out at me like grease chew comments or whatever else. But I almost always am able to somehow swing it back to Star Trek.
We have left a link for the NX7062 podcast in the description for this video. If you haven't subscribed, that would be awesome. If you would go and subscribe, she would appreciate it. And your new season is kicking off this month, right?
Yep, September 29th. I usually, Enterprise is my favorite Star Trek show out of all of them. And I'm actually going to be able to even get tonight's topic looped into it a little bit. So I always try to come back somewhere around the premiere of Enterprise, which was September 26th, 2001. So I usually pick some date around there. So
okay, cool.
Whatever Monday.
Sure. Before we get kicked off into the fanboys, I have to ask, how are you going to celebrate Star Trek Day tomorrow?
Unfortunately, it is not a recognized holiday where I work, so I have to work.
Okay.
But Heroes and Icons has been doing a pre-Star Trek Day celebration, so I've been watching Heroes and Icons.
We do have a question for you already, and then we'll start getting into the chat.
That's tough. Enterprise, no. DS9 or TNG? Wow.
What's TNG? I know what DS9.
The new generation.
The next generation.
The next generation.
Oh my God, you guys have. It's a good thing you're wearing a Superman shirt there, Signature King.
Yeah.
Wow. If it's just those two, I think I'm going to lean towards DS9.
Okay. We have some great people in the chat. Let's acknowledge them. If you're watching on the rewind, thank you so much for making your way over here. And thank you to White Tiger, Cool Kong Collected, Muabunga, to Ruben, who is kicking off our live chat. Following it up with Gordon. Hi, Gordon. I hope you've had a great weekend. And just a little podcast is saying crazy stuff and is saying hello to everyone. Wants to know the cost of a blind bag. It's $10, isn't it, Signature King?
$7. I think it's $7.99.
Yeah. $7.99. That's not bad at all. So, who's looking?
Yep, $9.99. I was wrong.
$9.99.
Right.
Okay, inflation.
Yeah.
Kenneth Bird is here. He's our favorite bird watcher from Virginia, and it's not a show. Kenneth's not here, so.
Oh yay! Then it's a show.
Yeah, Super Russ 9000, who I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. You're going to see on this show again later this month. Did you know that, Signature King? No, you didn't, because I just locked it in this afternoon. I was wheeling and a dealing. And then we have a friend of yours and a friend of mine. Dave Gregory is here. Hi, Dave. How are you? Hope you're doing well. And I've had a... Dave, drop in the comments and tell us how you're going to celebrate Star Trek Day tomorrow. Will there be cake involved? We want to know.
And if there is, will you send me some? Dave thinks of you as his comic mentor, by the way.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's awesome.
He loves learning about that. Hey, Chris!
And Chris is here. We got some NX7062 friends popping in, which is awesome to have you here. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is Vader.
Hi.
Oh, appropriate.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the name they had given him at the shelter. He is the first animal that I've ever adopted. I hadn't had to change his name.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Yes. So we'll acknowledge some more folks as they pop in, but thank you guys for being here from the very beginning. And for those that are coming from NX7062 podcast, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm 33 away from hitting 1,000. So
well, then let's help him out. Come on, guys.
It would be awesome if you would. So just a little plug for myself there. Signature King is well over 1,000 already, but sub him up anyway because his kingdom is cool.
Yeah. Definitely want to get you over that 1,000 subs. So that party will be fun.
Yeah, I hope it will. I think the party's going to make me broke. So we'll see. Signature King, what is going on news-wise?
Oh, man. So if you've been keeping up with Peacemaker, I haven't.
I have, except the new episode.
I've only seen 2, so no spoilers, please. 2 of the new ones. Not going to
spoil anything. But in the more recent episode, or episodes, they canonized Suicide Squad, the air cut.
Mm-hmm.
They canonized it. And I'm not going to spoil how, but I did see a few clips and I was like, holy cow, like that actually works.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. And they talk about the Enchantress. They talk about Rick Flag. They talk about Amanda Waller. So as a Suicide Squad fan, I really, really enjoy that. It's a lot of fun. So
that is cool. That much I do know. So that is really cool.
I'm going to ask Stephanie, but first I'm going to want to say hi to Christina, who's popped in. Hey, Christina, hope that you're doing well and having a good weekend. You're watching or have watched Peacemaker then, Stephanie?
Yeah, I'm up to the second or third episode of the new season.
Okay. Well, I think they're on the third, so you're pretty much caught up. Yeah. So I haven't seen the latest one that dropped this week, which I think is episode 3. So just generally, are you enjoying it so far?
We've had this conversation on the side, Lasso, and I don't consider this as technically a spoiler. And if you don't want me to say anything, but the retcon that they did from the end of the first season to the beginning, I didn't like it. I like the new season as a whole. I think I love multiverse stuff, so I think that's really interesting. I just didn't think James Gunn needed to do the retcon that he did from the end of season 1 to the beginning of season 2. I think he should have just left it alone.
Fair enough. How do you feel about the intro this season?
It's fun. It's so much fun. It's one of the only intros that I don't skip every time.
Okay.
It's fun. I like watching them all do the block dancing.
That's right. I just missed that there's no throw your dog an invisible bone.
Oh, okay. There you go. Oh, look, Dave agrees with me. Thanks, Dave. Dave and I have, yeah, we're pretty simpatico. We had the best time hanging out in Las Vegas.
I've never been.
You've never been to Vegas ever? Oh my God, the Star Trek convention. I go every year just about. It's freaking amazing. And Star Trek has a big anniversary coming up. It'll be 60 years in 2026.
Very cool. 60 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So tomorrow marks the 59th anniversary of the premiere.
Awesome. In more DC Comics news, the Crisis Companion has been announced for 2026 release. There's going to be the cover, and it's a little bit into 2026, I think, before. It's not like in the first quarter or anything, but looks interesting and promising, to say the least. I see that we've had some more folks join us, including the Transporter Room. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, nice. The Transporter Room is a relatively new YouTube Star Trek show that I had the honor of. I don't know. You can correct me. Was I the first? I might have been the first interview. I don't know if I was the first show, but it was a lot of fun. So.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for beaming your way over here. We appreciate it.
You're learning, Lasso.
I'm trying. You know what? Signature King, pop quiz time.
Oh, geez. Okay.
This actress in the 1960s, this is not for you, Stephanie. This actress from the 1960s was on Star Trek, and she played a very famous DC Comics heroine.
I know.
Either name the actress or name the DC character she played.
No help from studio audience.
No, I have no idea.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what.
Catwoman? Is it the Catwoman?
No, that's a good guess, though. That's a good guess.
Wait. But he's also right.
Oh.
He's also right. He's also right.
I'll take half credit.
It's not who Lasso meant. No. But Julie Newmar was in an episode called Friday's Child.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's not who I meant.
No, that's not who you meant. But when you said that, I just remembered that Friday's Child.
And we love Julie Newmar, but I was thinking Yvonne Craig, who played Batgirl.
Yes.
And here's the thing. In Star Trek, she played Marta. Right?
Very interesting.
Yes.
See, I never even seen it, and I knew that.
Yep, she was a Green Orion slave girl in the episode Whom Gods Destroy.
That's right. John's Comics with Friends is here. How you doing? Yep, Transporter Room confirming that you were correct in your statement.
Yeah.
And someone that we need to get on the show too, Digger Jim 720 is here.
I've heard of that guy.
Yeah, I've heard of that guy too. Might have talked to him recently.
Once or twice, yeah.
Once or twice. So, more DC Comics news, Signature King. What is there?
Okay, so have you been paying attention to the DC KO line that's coming out?
No, but I do know what's coming out.
So they put out a very awesome bracket, and I'm going to share it here. Check this out. So,
whoa,
very cool. So there's some interesting lineups on here that I want to point out. Aquaman versus King Shark. Very cool. I think that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Superman and Giganta.
Oh, he's going to win that.
Wonder Woman versus Starro.
That's interesting.
Red Hood versus Damian Wayne.
Okay.
Supergirl versus Etrigan the Demon.
Okay.
Hawkman versus Connor Hawk. I don't know why. That makes me laugh a little bit. We have Captain Atom and Power Girl. And one more that I want to highlight is Swamp Thing versus Vixen.
That's interesting.
Pretty wild. So, yeah, I'm excited to see who wins. I don't know if this is going to be if these are issues that are coming out. I don't know, but if they are, I definitely am interested.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be following along. That's for sure. So I haven't really seen a lot in terms of what this is going to entail, but all I know is they have my attention. So that's kind of neat.
Can I just say something about King Shark?
Yeah.
The reason that I laughed is because I love King Shark from Harley Quinn because Ron Funches does the voice. And he's just one of my favorite characters when he shows up.
Yeah, he's a pretty talented guy. Who are your picks? Well, none of them because Shazam wasn't listed in there, so I don't care.
I was wondering about that. How do you not have Shazam?
No Captain Marvel, but
I thought Supergirl versus Power Girl would be more interesting.
That'd be nice. They have Batman going up against Star Sapphire, who's in our story tonight.
Yeah, Star Sapphire is in the story tonight.
Oh, that's right. Oh, by the way, Lasso, you see this tan blob behind me?
Meow.
That's Drew.
Hi, Drew. Drew named after Drusilla from the Wonder Woman TV series.
Yep. And he's only Drew because he's a boy, but yes, the name Drew is from Drusilla.
And likes ice cream.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Jim says it's like a basketball bracket. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? I should print this out. I'm curious now. I'm gonna get my 6-year-old to fill it out.
Nice.
And see who she thinks is gonna win. I'm gonna print it out.
Tell her not to pick Giganta. That's a bad pick. I love Giganta, but against Superman, that's a bad pick.
I don't think she knows who most of these people are.
She knows Superman.
She knows Superman. She knows Batman. She knows Wonder Woman. She knows the Flash, but she doesn't know the Red Hood. She doesn't know who Zatanna is. She knows who Harley is. I have a sneaking suspicion she's going to pick Harley to win.
Ooh, who's Harley going after?
Metamorpho.
The
Element Man.
I think it's Harley.
Yeah, but Ryan, you know what I'm thinking now. Anytime somebody says Metamorpho to me, and it's your fault.
Is it the song?
It's the song.
I love that song.
I know you do.
And if you don't know Metamorpho's origin, you just listen to that song by Arthur Korb, and you'll find out that he is the Element Man.
And you will never get it out of your head.
Exactly. Metamorpho. And Digger Jim is saying a hard pick is the Supergirl versus Etrigan.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we could somehow broadcast an AI-generated fight. You know what I mean? That'd be
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
All I could think of is Superman doing that ancient, that scene from that ancient movie, Empire Strikes Back, around Giganta's leg, and then he's just going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting line. I'm excited for it. I haven't seen any previews come across for it, so in terms of the comic book realm. But yeah, if they do issues of these, I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah. Well, cool. We'll keep an eye on that and keep reporting back. Any other news before we segue into the retro review?
That's really it. Not a whole lot going on. Still pretty quiet.
Okay. Well, Signature King, if you don't mind pulling up the assist, tonight we are doing a crossover between DC Comics and IDW on Green Lantern and Star Trek team up. And Signature King, you were the one to kind of suggest maybe this title would be a good one. We're going back to 2015, Star Trek Green Lantern, the Spectrum War. We're going to do the first 3 issues on it. Is this a comic book you have in your collection?
I do somewhere. I don't have any signatures on it, but the only reason I suggested it is, one, everyone kind of likes silly and absurd crossovers that don't make any sense at all or completely unnecessary. But they're fun, and I think this fits really well with, kind of a not so serious comic book review that's interesting and cool. What if?
Yeah, just something fun to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pulling it up now. I got to change.
And Stephanie, do you have this comic book in your collection?
My 10 comic books of my collection? No, I do not.
Okay, I guess that's a no.
No. What I have more of? I think I might actually have more novelized comics than actual comics.
Okay.
Because I have the novelization of The Death of Superman, which has that really cool cover with just black and the Superman bleeding Superman logo.
Yeah.
I have some trade paperbacks that were suggested to me. And I actually have, because we're on the topic, I have a novel that was written that was Star Trek The Next Generation, which was a crossover with the X-Men.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I actually met the author, sort of by accident, but I actually met the author.
I guess them Star Treks are just meeting everyone.
Yeah,
Well, we'll get us kicked off in tonight's story. I will kick us off. And Star Trek Green Lantern, there's the cover for issue number 1. That's the main A cover.
Yeah, and just for people, this is the Kelvin timeline. These are the characters from the Star Trek 2009 movie series from J.J. Abrams, which I thought was really cool.
Which explains why Captain Kirk looks like Steve Trevor.
Exactly.
Okay. So in the very beginning of our story, we hear a voice, "Run, little man." And we're on the planet Mogo. And this is earlier. And we see that we have one of the Guardians from Oa. And the rings are following him as he runs. And he falls. And it's declared the last Green Lantern is dead. But is he? Because he picks himself up and the rings start circling around him. And he goes on to declare, next page, that this day perhaps, but not forever. He says, "I'm going to go somewhere you cannot follow. I go to preserve life in all of its forms. That will be my victory." And this voice is yelling, "No, this is impossible." And then he declares, "You will never find me." And boom, he's gone. Another time, another universe, we have the Enterprise. And inside we have Captain Kirk and Spock. And they're talking about, it's a big rock. And Spock says, orphan planet would be a little bit more precise to define it. And they're headed to this rogue planet because there's something that's shown up on their screens. They say that there's no life essentially on this planet, but this thing has shown up. So Mr. Sulu is left in charge of the Enterprise while Scotty beams them down to take a look. Is it wise for all of them to be down there? Captain Kirk says, yeah, it kind of is. And they talk a little bit about, do we trust Sulu or not? And he says he's fine for this. So I'm wondering if that's a thread we don't pull on a little bit later on in this story. But anyway, they're looking around, next page, and what they finally see is that corpse surrounded by a bunch of rings. So they said, well, next page, that there is some life here, or at least there was some life here at one point. And they're questioning, what are these rings? And they're like, well, let's just take everything back with us, the rings and the body, and we'll try to figure it out on board the ship. Next page, they're in the ship. The body has been preserved to its current condition as they start to study it to see exactly what they have on hand. In the meantime, they're curious about the rings, and you can flip to the next page. And they say there's energy like nothing that they've ever seen before on it. And they're asking permission to run certain types of tests, and maybe bathe them in a tachyon field to see if it has any effect on them. And permission is granted by Captain Kirk. Next page. And then, who is the grumpy little associate? Do you know who that is, Stephanie?
Yeah, he's a new guy that they added. Like I said, this is the J.J. Abrams universe.
Okay.
And he's this buddy of Scotty's that when they found Scotty in the original, in the 2009 movie, this little guy was hanging out with Scotty. So when Scotty ended up coming to the Enterprise, he brought him with him.
Okay. So he's running the tests on these, and they're starting to test the rings, and some lights are taken off. Next page. In the meantime, alarms are going off inside the Enterprise. And ship decloaking off the starboard side now. The orders to put the screens up. I think that's Lieutenant Luhara. And she realizes that they're being hailed in Klingon. So next page on their screen, Captain Kirk is addressed, and he's like, I don't know who you are. He's like, but I know who you are. Every Klingon knows the face of the most hated human in the galaxy. You're the violator of our imperial boundaries, cowardly killer of our proud brothers and sisters. He introduces himself as General Chang, and he says, I've been hunting you for these past many months, and it's my honor to bring you to justice. And Captain Kirk seems to be a little bit confused. Oh, excuse me. We cut back to the testing done on the rings, and they're saying this power is starting to get out of control. We need to turn it off. Now, on the next page, Kirk says, he's flattered to be on their radar scope, essentially, and he's like, he also says that it's nice to know that, or I want you to know I never tried to harm the Klingon Empire. He's like, you could hardly ever harm us, Captain. That's beyond your capabilities. So he essentially says, I'm coming to get you. And all of a sudden, this burst of light hits the Enterprise. And on the next page, you'll see what the result of that light is. Look at that. They go flying. And we see multi-different colors, too. And we realize this is an explosion in the engineering, which is where they were testing those rings. And it's cascading power failures throughout the ship. The shields are starting to fall. Next page gives us a great graphic of all of the rings exiting the Enterprise. You see them flying through the hallways. They exit. Next page, Scotty, can you hear me? Scotty, Captain Kirk is calling. And Spock is saying, Captain, our shields are 7% and falling. We're being targeted by the Klingon vessel. Klingon vessel says, we're going to board the ship after we cripple it, and then, we'll start our attack. And then all of a sudden, wait, the power is coming back on. We go to the next page. The shields are at full strength, and you see that they have a green aura around the Enterprise now, and they don't know how this has happened. And they says it seems almost like the power's coming from outside of the ship. Next page. They're trying to pinpoint the source right now when some of the rings come flying back through. The next page again, the rings continue, and the rings start finding homes. Chang of Kronos, you are chosen. Pavel Chekhov, okay. He has been chosen. Uhura of Earth, you're chosen. And Leonard McCoy of Earth, you're chosen. And they have no idea what is going on. And even Captain Kirk next page says what's happening. And they see these rings have landed on their fingers. And Captain, we have a visual of the power source outside the ship. It's transferring to the main view screen, and they're like, what is it? And they see this huge green light, and indeed, Captain, it appears to be, next page for the big reveal, a most unusual human. It's Green Lantern saying, nice ship. Why is my friend's skeleton on board? And that's how issue 1 ends, with a great cliffhanger.
Dun, dun.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
So Signature King will pull up issue number 2, and Stephanie will let you do the review on that one. Okay. So give us just a moment.
You're going to have to bear with me. My cheat sheet doesn't blow stuff up very well.
That's okay. Okay, here's our cover for it. Is that issue 2?
Yep.
Okay, take it away.
Okay, so in true Yellow Ring fashion, the Yellow Ring has found Chang in this first thing. And just as a sidebar for like those, the Kelvin timeline is the separate timeline from like the Prime timeline that everybody was used to that started in 1966. Chang is actually a Klingon that they brought over from Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. So he's actually a character in the last movie to feature the original cast, and they brought him into the Kelvin verse for this. And I just thought that was an interesting aside. But of course, a Yellow Ring would find him. I mean, come on. Yeah. And then we're going to the next page, and you see, Hal's got to choose now. He's helping the Enterprise stay afloat, literally. But meanwhile, he's got a problem because now he realizes Chang's got the Yellow Ring, and he's trying to keep everything going with the Enterprise. And now he and Captain Kirk are having a conversation. And like I said, my cheat sheet's a little small. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And then if we go to the next page, we find out that the rings, like you guys said, they've chosen Uhura and Pavel. And of course, these poor mortals, humans, have absolutely no idea why they're floating. So Kirk's got his hands full. He's trying to keep his ship alive, but now he's got crew members that are all glowy and floating. And of course, Spock, I'm sure, finds this all fascinating. And Pavel I do a terrible Russian accent, but Captain, I feel woey strange. See, I'm terrible with Russian accents. Oh my God. But next page, they feel strange. And then Uhura realizes that she's flying. Spock, in his very logical Vulcan way, of course, is just taking readings. And she's like, I don't care. I need your help, not your analysis. It's very Spock-like. And then, of course, Kirk is worried about his crewmen, and Pavel tells him, I feel fine. I feel like I can do anything. And then Pavel realizes, now that he's got the blue ring, he can help save the ship. So Hal's the blue indigo, much better than a yellow shock. The new ring bearers on the ship look like you found a new power source. So Kirk's like, well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go deal with this. Now I've got a new power source. So that's freeing up Hal to go check out what's going on with the Yellow Ring in the next page. Because Hal says, I'll handle what I'm guessing is not a friendly. So he realizes right away that the Klingons aren't exactly the nicest people to be getting all this power. Behold the rebirth of, I don't speak Klingon either, the great predator of ancient Kronos, giving glorious new life. So, of course, now you've got a Klingon with ultimate power. So now he's seen 3 rings. We've got the Yellow Ring, the Indigo Ring, and the Purple Ring of All Found Homes. But now he needs to know about the rest of them. So on the next page, we're now on the Gorn planet in the Beta Quadrant. And you see a couple of Gorn talking about, it's obviously the son of the ruler, and my father, he's still clinging to a throne that should have been mine thousands of cycles ago. So now you've got a Gorn plotting against his father because he wants to take over the throne. And then on the next page, that's where the red ring finds its home. So now he's all, and the empire I will build around it. So now he's got the red ring to go build his empire with. What is he's saying? Hurrah! I love it. The rings are somebody's gift, but it looks like it's not the most pleasant experience when they finally like land on your finger.
And each one obviously does something unique because they're based off the emotional spectrum.
Right, which, you know what, was really great because I didn't know that. Like, I know that there were different rings. I mean, I grew up watching Super Friends. Like, basically, I know Sinestro in yellow and Hal Jordan in green. So this was actually
when two rings get together, for in this case, blue and green, they supercharge each other.
Oh, that's so cool.
So different rings, when they're in proximity to each other, will do different things to each other. It's kind of weird.
That is
so
weird.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Oh my
and
God.
Someone can master all the colors. Like there can be someone who does it all. That's a whole nother story for another day.
Yeah, almost sounds like the glove with Thanos. And guess what? Now, you guys can't see, but now my phone isn't giving me my phone's not giving me the rest of the pages. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. So, oh my God, guys, I am so sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's the right. Okay.
Gordon wants all the rings.
Yep. So now we're back to Hal dealing with the yellow ring and a Klingon with a yellow ring. And the fact that he's feeling another shock because he knows that the red ring has now found a home. And I love the shield that it says property of CCPD. I thought that was really kind of cool.
Yep.
So Hal's trying to block what Chang is throwing at him. And I'm really disappointed Chang didn't quote any Shakespeare, because in the movie Chang quoted Shakespeare a lot. I felt that poor Hal's feeling a step behind. He must be weak from following, because he followed the signal into this new universe. So he's still kind of recovering, and he got thrown into the middle of this conflict between Chang and Kirk. And on the next page, they realize that Green Lantern's having a bit of a problem, because he's saying, looks like our friend took a beating out there. And then Sulu wants him to arm photon torpedoes. They want to give Hal a hand, but everything's offline. And this is where Chekhov's like, oh, wait, don't worry. He's going to improvise. And here come, and then Chekhov, and then let's see, we've got Chang in space fighting with Green Lantern. And then the next page, and again, it's loading. And I'm going to take this opportunity to mention that the reason that I thought that I could bring this around to Enterprise is because Enterprise had an entire episode called Rogue Planet. So the minute that I read Rogue Planet, I was like, oh, look, a Rogue Planet. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's still having a problem. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Like
You're fine. We've had worse technical difficulties than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another shock. So now the orange ring has found a home, and I think this is probably. Oh, did I skip a page? Yeah, I skipped a page. The orange ring found a home on Romulus. Yep. So of course, if the evil rings are going to find homes, they're going to pick the Klingon and the Romulans. So you got this Romulan senator, talking about the stagnation of the Romulan Empire. And how the Senate's just sitting around doing nothing. The Senate's just sitting around doing nothing, while he thinks that that they're giving up all of the glory of Romulus, and that's when the orange ring's like, yeah, I think you'll be a good place to go. So that's how the Romulans ended up with the orange ring. And now we're back to the Enterprise, where Hal's asking for permission to come on board. Before I do it anyway. I love the snark. I love the writers with a little bit of snark. And Kirk's like, okay, we'll beam you aboard. And Hal's like, nah, I'm good. And just materializes. I love when these universes collide. It's so much fun. It's so fun. All right. So on the next page, now that Hal's on, he's introducing himself. I'm Hal Jordan. I'm the Green Lantern. He's giving his space sector. I also like how the word bubbles are highlighted when Hal's talking. Based on your hall markings, I'm guessing we have from the same corner of the galaxy. What is this? Some kind of secret NASA ship. NASA. Yeah, we're going to dust that one off. I'm Captain James T. Kirk. Because, this is Captain. I'm James T. Kirk of Starfleet. And of course, there's Spock in the background. There has to be at least Spock saying fascinating at least once, probably in every single comic. And then Hal, of course, is all on the next page. Hal's all what's Starfleet? More to the point, why do you have Ganeth's skeleton on board? And Kirk's all, him, hey, look, and we just found him on a rogue planet somewhere with the rings. And then it's, speaking of which, Scotty, do you copy? And then all of a sudden we find out that another ring has found a home because here comes Bone. He's fine, Jim. I took care of him. And he's also, now can somebody please wake me up from this nightmare? The writers really, I have to admit, I like the way this is written. I think the writers have the characters down really well. I'm really and you know what? When I read these comics, I always hear them in the voices of the characters.
The voice, yeah.
Yeah, of course, my Hal Jordan is literally coming from the Super Friends.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it still counts.
It still counts. Hal's from the Super Friends. And then obviously I am a huge fan of the Kelvin universe. I thought it was a great way to bring Star Trek, to kind of renew Star Trek. So I do like the Kelvin universe, and I like that Chris Pine is Captain Kirk. So let's see if it's loaded yet. And I really do think that that Abrams really cast the new movies well. So Bones is Violet. Yeah.
That's strange that normally, because when people when they hold the Violet ring, they speak a completely different language, and only other Violets can speak. So that's weird that they made him speak. But that's
who
cares?
He's an old Southern country doctor. I'm sure there was no.
Yeah.
He's like, nope. I'm going to speak. Oh my gosh, how did I get so dark? I'm fading into the background here. I didn't realize it. Yeah, and once again, the pages just aren't loading for me. I'm going to call Comcast and complain. Okay, so where are we now? We are back on. Oh, we're back on Kronos, because now that Chang's got this power, just like his Romulan counterpart, he's figuring he's just going to take over the entire Klingon government. And he shows up, and coolest thing ever is a yellow batleth. Like, he creates a batleth with the yellow ring. For those of you that aren't familiar with Star Trek, that is the traditional Klingon weapon. So the fact that that's what he decided to use his yellow ring for is pretty cool. General Chang, what is it? And he's just like, nah, I don't think we need the Klingon Council anymore. So he's just going around doing what Klingons do, which is, you've got the power, you take it. So I think I really am probably going to end up reading the rest of this series, because it's just so stinking cool.
It is pretty good. I mean, you could definitely tell it's well written.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you guys are the DC guys, but I think from a Star Trek standpoint, it's really well written. So,
and if I'm not mistaken, isn't there another team up between the two of them, Tony?
There is a volume 2.
There is a volume 2 of this as well.
Okay. Let's see. So we're still with Chang, and he's saying, I'm no longer subject to the whims of what is that? An effective collection of bureaucrats. Yeah. General Chang's a warrior. So he's doing away with the Klingon had a high council, and he's like, nope, it's just going to be me now. Finally, the future of the Empire is in control of someone worthy of the responsibility. So being the warrior that he is, he figures he doesn't need a bunch of bureaucrats telling him what to do, and he's just taking over the entire council. But then he's got a little bit of a surprise coming. Just as he thinks that he's got it all going on and he builds himself a throne of light, what happens? You can go to the next page. I know what happens. The page just isn't loading, but the next page.
Sinestro.
The one and only Sinestro. I was all excited too. I'm like, I love Sinestro.
Yeah.
And Sinestro showing up. Oh, guess what? You're not the only one that's got the yellow power ring. And what is it? I am. You certainly seem to thrive on instilling fear. I'll give you that. But as long as you're wearing the ring on your finger, Sinestro will be giving the orders.
Nice. Good cliffhanger ending.
Yep, another good cliffhanger ending.
Okay, cool. And Signature King, while you pull up yours, I'll answer Digger Jim's question. There's 6 issues in this series, so we're doing half of the series in tonight's installment of Fanboys. And Signature King, you can take it away with your review for issue 3.
We have Larfleeze right on the front cover here, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, Captain Kirk and Hal Jordan are analyzing Ganthet's skeleton. Hal Jordan is very confused as why Ganthet's skeleton is here, because he's part of the Guardians, and Hal Jordan is giving Captain Kirk, like a rundown of what the Guardians are, what the Lanterns are, the role the Guardians play on all the whole thing. He's giving him a quick history about the War on Light, best Green Lantern series, in my opinion. He talks about Necron and how he was stopped and how all the Lanterns had no choice but to fight united against Necron's army, who brings back the dead. And that's where Hal Jordan was. He was fighting Necron, and all of a sudden, boom, he was here, and he doesn't know how he got here or what's going on, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Hal Jordan is very concerned that Necron, or a ring from Necron, got into this world or this universe that he's in, and will just decimate everything. So he's given a rundown of what his ring does. He mentions that it's an alien supercomputer, translates languages, could do a whole bunch of stuff. We cut back to whatever this world is, Gonar? I don't know.
The Gorn one? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. These people.
Gorn.
These lizards.
The
Gorn. Yeah, the Gorn. So he's going, bonkers. Very similar position to the Yellow Lantern guy. He's taking his place at the head of the government, all that good stuff. And then he's met by Atrocitus, where they have this big fight. And Atrocitus, he's like, oh, you think too small if you're going to take over the galaxy, pal. Red Lantern, power ring, you can do pretty much anything you want. And nobody can tell you what to do, except for me, of course, because I'm at the head of that table. He tells Atrocitus what he is and, where his race is and what they plan to do in the future. We cut back to Romulus and this guy saying, we're taking it all. This is the best day for the Emperor, and there's no limits to our power. And he kills all his people. But what's nice about the Ring of Greed is he can make a construct of light out of the people that they kill. So, yes, the senators are technically dead, but he can just make his own. And that's exactly where Larfleeze pops in. He's like, I see you figured out how to use it, but there's still flaws in your way of thinking. We cut back to Sinestro, and he's given that Kronos, I guess, is where we are, and he's talking to the Klingon person, and he says, I'm not impressed. You claim to be an emperor for your race, but you're pretty weak. Let me show you how to ring sling 101. I'm surprised there's no Kilowog in here. I know it's Lasso's favorite.
Poozer.
He's a big Poozer guy. Yeah. So they're talking about business. Indeed, Sinestro is kind of impressed, like, hey, your government is almost exactly like mine on Korrigar. Maybe I will help you beat your enemies and expand your empire. Meanwhile, we cut back to this gentleman who I already forgot, Chekhov, some Russian guy.
Pavel Chekhov.
And he's zipping around outer space. And it's funny because Captain Kirk is like, hey, please come inside now. And Hal Jordan's like, let him have his fun. Everyone remembers their first day with a ring. It's kind of a big deal. And this one was also kind of funny too. They keep saying captain, and Hal Jordan and Kirk are both a captain. So they both answer to that. Or Hal Jordan's a captain in the United States Air Force. Captain Kirk is the captain of the Enterprise. So they had to figure that out. So we cut back to Chekhov, and he's outside. He's approached by Star Sapphire, who is holding St. Walker, the Blue Lantern. And Blue Lanterns are interesting. There's only a handful of them. There can only be a handful of them. So, and Star Sapphire says, hey, you're holding the Blue Lantern ring. That means I can trust you. Help us. As we cut back to the Enterprise, they're hit with a big red beam. And who is that? It's Atrocitus and his other pal here, who I forgot. But Atrocitus is like, hey, that was actually pretty cool. Very impressive. What else can he do? And the medical team of the Starship Enterprise is looking over St. Walker, and they're doing like a full scan, trying to figure out what's going on. And Hal Jordan is happy, but also concerned that Carol Ferris is there. And on the last page, a big cliffhanger is we see the infamous black rise, which indicates that it's either Necron or one of Necron's rings was able to break through into this universe. So, and that's it.
All right. So, panel, thoughts on these first 3 issues that we read? Because, Tony, was this your first time reading it?
No.
Okay. So, for us two, it was, though, right? Stephanie, that was your first. Yeah, and it was my first as well. So, thoughts just based on these 3 issues. We'll start with Stephanie. What are your thoughts?
Like I said, I thought it was great. I love crossovers. I've always been a fan of like funky crossovers because it brings different views to both things that are crossed. So I've always been a fan of crossovers. Like I said, I learned stuff. I knew that there were different rings. I don't know that much about the Green Lantern Corps, so that was cool for me to learn some new stuff about the Green Lantern Corps. Like I said, until I opened it, I didn't realize that it was the Kelvin timeline trek, which again, I am a fan of. So I thought, oh, this is really cool that the Kelvin timeline's getting like their own comics. So that was really exciting. And then to cross it with Chang, bringing him over from the Prime timeline. I just liked it. I thought it was well written. I thought it was fun. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't think I can stop with just a 3. I think I need to figure out how this is all going to end.
Looks like Digger Jim's in the same boat with you right there. He's thinking about eBaying this right here. So
does this come in a trade paperback, or do I just keep reading the digital one?
You know what? I'll check on that.
It does. It does come in a trade paperback. There's 3 trade paperbacks, volume 1, volume 2, and them together.
Okay.
So go for the big one with you get both.
Yeah, get the one with both of them together. Get more bang for your buck.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Signature King, any thoughts on the story that we read?
Yeah, I agree. Crazy crossovers are always fun to read. I come from the exact opposite. I don't know anything about the Star Trek universe, but I know a lot about the Green Lanterns and their respected colleagues in the emotional spectrum. But this one was a good read, and I think it is well written. As you can see, Digger Jim really enjoys it, so it's worth it. If you see these in the dollar bin or you're able to pick up the omnibus, definitely go for it. But nice. I want to point out, I don't understand why when it comes to weird crossovers, for some reason the Green Lanterns always get the good ones. Mm-hmm. They had Green Lantern and Star Trek. They also had Green Lantern and the Planet of the Apes. I don't know why. I don't know who's begging for that crossover, but cool.
Yep.
But yeah, check it out. There's a lot of weird Green Lantern ones, and it's always the Green Lanterns get the movies. You know what I mean? Green Lanterns get like some kind of weird movie crossover.
Yeah. So looks like Joey Pocan can hook up on a Green Lantern ring there. Good to know. For me, pretty much I echo what you've said. Very well written. You can tell that. The art was okay. It mostly was good. There was a couple things like Signature King in your issue. I wasn't real crazy about the way Star Sapphire looked in your issue, but overall the art was good. Definitely the writing's good. It was well plotted out, especially with your cliffhanger endings. I mean, this wasn't somebody's first rodeo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I enjoyed it. So, and even I am kind of curious to see how it continues on. So we might see sales of this one increasing in the next few days.
Check it out. Yeah. There's only 3 issues left in the whole run.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe we'll have Transmissions from the NX7062 back with us to review the final 3 sometime.
No, now we got to go on her channel and talk about the last 3 issues.
Oh, that would really be a crossover, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at him like, oh, that's interesting. Wow, I will tell you that maybe the second episode, because my first episode is always about Star Trek Las Vegas, but maybe the second episode.
Well,
at least, well, I'll tell you what, Signature King, I know Magic Lasso has an open invitation to my channel. We'll see about you.
I hope I can earn a spot. I heard they're elusive.
Yes. Hey, at least he's already started to butter up because he's been in the chat many times.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good lurker.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. So that's
and
awesome.
And you go by Tony Fett, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, Tony's fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Star Wars reference is also a good way to get in.
I used to love Star Wars until Disney ruined it.
I still love Star Wars. I'm not going to say whether Disney ruined it or not. But
I called him Tony Baloney, and he stole his friends with me.
Been called worse.
All right, cool. Well, that was a fun book to look at tonight. So thank you, Signature King, for picking that out. And especially thank you, Transmissions from the NX7062, Stephanie, for joining us. But we're not done yet, because now we move on to a favorite part for many people of the show. We do the book show portion. So we're going to talk about our channel, and then we're going to pick out some things kind of as a show and tell. And Stephanie, did you want to go first, or would you like to watch us do it a couple times first?
You know what? I was looking for one thing in particular, and I ended up with 4.
That's fine.
So if you guys want to go first.
Okay, Signature King, do you want to go, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I can go first.
Go for it.
Coming up on the channel, I've got just shorts coming up. Finishing up the new office, so I'm actually coming down the hill in terms of that. So I'm seeing the light at the end of the new office tunnel. So look for more content for that. But in terms of book show tonight, I have 2.
Go for it.
So I happened to pick up the Giant.
Oh my gosh, he's got his gloves on for it.
Yeah. I got the Giant. Well, you'll see that for the next one. So I got the big Giant. So compare that to a normal comic book.
Yeah, look at that, Stephanie. What do you think of that?
Whoa, size does matter.
Yeah, right.
It's an 11 by 17.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
show us like an interior page.
Holy Giant comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as if you got like the regular A cover. It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And even the back, you get all the cool ads and everything. So
I like the Peacemaker ad.
I got this, and I have. They came out with one for Batman Hush 2. I picked up that one, so I picked up this one once I saw you could pre-order it. I also picked up. I don't know why I did this. I picked up the same one.
Ooh, foil.
The exact same one, just foilized, and it's literally the exact same thing, just foil. So funny thing, if you see, if you can tell, there's a black speck right here, right?
Yeah, I actually can see it.
I was like, that's so bizarre. Like, hopefully I just didn't notice it. Maybe I picked up one was like scuff on it. Well, it turns out that black speck is on both of them. And I was like, there's no way. So I have the A cover of this, the regular size, pulled it up, same black speck.
Okay.
It's just the way it was printed. So that's cool. So yeah, I've got these 2. My only complaint is I don't know if they make bags and boards this size.
Yeah, if they don't, I think they soon will be, because this isn't just a fluke. There's more and more of these coming out.
They announced the big Wonder Woman one. She's getting a giant size. I forget what issue, but she's getting one. Hush 2 had one. This one's going to have, they're catching on. People are buying them because they're just really cool.
Yeah.
My kids like to look at them, so I let my kids look at that one. Not the foil one, but the big one. But They're cool. I like these. Are you going to get one? If you ever came across one, would you pick one up?
Well, I mean, I definitely get the Wonder Woman one, but I don't know. Every time I see those at the store, I'm like, I start going like this with my hand to get it. Then I'm like, behave yourself. So Stephanie, what do you think about that size?
That's a big one. Is that what Dave said? That's a big one.
The non-foil size is $14.99. The foil version is $19.99.
That's not bad. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So.
All right.
All right, cool. Do you want to do yours or do you want me to go?
No, Ryan, you got to go.
Okay, I'll go. So my channel, first of all, like I said, we're 30, probably less now than 33 subscribers because there's been some awesome folks that have supported since I've been on. Oh my gosh, I'm at 31 subscribers away right now. So thank you guys who made your way in here for helping me out. I do appreciate that. 31 away from hitting 1K, the magical 1K, which I've been waiting for ever since I started on YouTube. So thank you so much. What's currently on my channel is my back issue of the week. And the back issue of the week it was Labor Day themed because we had that holiday this past Monday. And it was Super Friends, just kind of taking it easy and not caring that there was a big villain to defeat. And they were just, they ain't laboring. So that's what's the current back issue of the week. Tomorrow, a new back issue of the week will drop, and that will be Star Trek themed for Star Trek Day on the actual day. My current comic book editions video that's on my channel, where I talk about books recently added into my collection, is a silver-haired Bronze Age babe, A-OK. She A-OK'd me again, and yay. I think she sent something to Royal of Foils, too, but I don't want to speak on his behalf. So there's and...
They already sent me. Is it the one that she informed us?
Yes, the one where she said, Tony and Ryan, you both have something coming. So
I got it. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm revealing mine on Tuesday, and maybe we got the same thing. I don't know. And some other cool DC comic books. It's all DC haul in the current video. Tuesday's comic book editions video is going to be Adventure Comics and Amazing Adventure Comics, 2 titles I'm collecting from the Bronze Age, and I've added issues from both titles in to my collection. You will hear the name Shazam mentioned in my video on Tuesday, just to say, and look for that dropping Tuesday afternoon. Signature King, you were on a show the other night.
I was, the 10-1-1.
Yeah, because I was there too.
I forgot to mention it the week prior. I completely forgot that I was on it until Gary reminded me. I was like, oh, yeah, we scheduled that. So it was a lot of fun. I showed us some cool stuff. Definitely check it out. I tried to keep it a little bit more interesting. I had to go back and rewatch it because I didn't want to show the same stuff. But
sure.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Okay. For my book show, so Star Trek has been published by many different companies since they started making Star Trek comic books. And, of course, the big two have had their turns. And DC did publish a Star Trek comic book from 1984. Here's issue 2. And that's in my collection. So I don't exactly know how I got this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that there was, like, in a Montgomery Ward catalog one year, there was, like, comic book collector starter kit that came with bags, boards, and a storage box, which back then was breaking, that those just didn't exist the way that they do right now. And I think that this was one of the 10 comic books that came random in that box. So, but it's in the collection and it's good to share as my book show for tonight. So Stephanie from Transmissions from the NX7062 podcast. I think it was Montgomery Ward's. Tell us about your channel, what's coming up with it, your premiere date, and then we'll do your book show. Okay.
So my channel is Transmissions from the NX7062. You can look it up on YouTube. Just type in at the NX7062. And it's live on Monday nights at 10 p.m. East. And like I said, I talk about whatever the heck I want, as long as it's Star Trek or Star Trek adjacent, which is a lot of fun. So my premiere date this year is September 29th. And my premiere date every year, the premiere is always talking about Star Trek Las Vegas, which is like the biggest Star Trek convention of them all. It used to be licensed by Paramount. It's not anymore, but it's still considered a Star Trek convention, even though they technically can't call it that. So it's just a lot of fun. And I like to talk about all the cool people that I've met and if I've picked up anything for my collections or whatnot. So that's always the season opener. And then I just go into whatever else, and then it's like I said, it's like every Monday pretty much between September and May. I take the summers off.
And what time is the show?
10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, great. Awesome. So, and I'll also say there's a link in the description for this video. If you're not subbed up, please sub up. It's not too early to sub up now and turn on the notification bells, and then you'll know when you go live. So
yeah, exactly. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything between now and then. Every now and then I pop up. I went to a Star Trek convention yesterday just for the day up in North Jersey, and I did a quickie little 5-minute video. So every now and then I get the urge to pop in and say hi to people. So, and it's great for Trekkies and non-Trekkies because Ryan really didn't know too much about Star Trek, and he popped in, and we've been having a lot of fun. And he's been learning while he's having fun. He's been learning about Star Trek.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody, all people are welcome. My book shared tonight isn't really books; it's stuff, but it's all related to tonight's show. So I hope that's okay.
Go for it.
Because, like I said, the last thing I'm going to share, my pièce de résistance, is actually a DC book.
Okay.
But the other stuff that I wanted to share tonight, that I found while I was looking for the specific comic, I did a convention called East Coast Comic-Con a few years ago. And for those of you that don't know, this is pretty much all the awesome people that did most of the main characters for Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, that's cool.
I
see Kevin there, yeah.
Kevin, and then my buddy back here, oh my God, he did the voice of Nightwing, and I felt terrible because right now his name is escaping me. But you got the voice of Nightwing, you've got the voice of Poison Ivy, and John Glover, who only did a couple episodes, but he was the voice of the Riddler.
Nice.
And this other person on here who signed it, who I have no idea who, I know she was somebody, but I don't know who she was. Oh, thanks, Dave. So anyway, so I wanted to share this because I figured Batman the Animated Series definitely fit with the show. For
Digger Jim subscribed.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Digger. For Star Trek Day, this is something. Oh, that's amazing, Super. Yeah, please do. Please do. So this is one of the prizes of my possession. Unfortunately, I met Connor, but I've never met Scott Bakula, and I've never met Jolene Blaylock. But a couple years ago at a convention, I found this very cool Star Trek TV guide for $100. I bargained him down for $130. I got this with these 3 autographs, and Jolene doesn't do shows anymore.
Oh, wow.
She had a bad experience, and she doesn't need, financially, she doesn't need them. So she just doesn't do them because she didn't enjoy them. What's funny is I never thought that I was going to meet Scott Bakula, but he turned up in Las Vegas this year, and he's already said for the 60th anniversary, he's going to be coming back to Las Vegas. So I actually might have a chance to meet him. And I've said if I ever met Scott, I might just take this and ask him to put my name on it. So it'll be personalized.
Oh, yeah.
I could probably ask Connor to do that too, but okay. So the other thing, and I can't believe, Ryan, I know I owe you a very specific autograph that I got for you in July, and I'm sorry I haven't put it in the mail yet.
It's okay.
But by the same token, I'm glad because I'm going to be able to put something else in the mail to you. I forgot I got you this. It's A-Train.
Oh, that's awesome. The A-Train from the boys. Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to be sending you A-Train as well as.
Oh, awesome.
Can we tell everybody who else I got you?
No.
Okay.
No. Because SK is going to be jealous.
Oh, now you have to say something.
No, we can't.
You opened it. Do it.
Nope. But okay. I can tell you when I would like to show it. I would like to show it in a video for Wonder Woman Day, which is next month.
Oh, okay. I'll have to get off my ass and get it in the mail.
Okay.
Then.
You got over a month.
I do have one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
This actually fits perfectly. This is something that Lasso helped me find. I'm trying to get it so it's not blurry. It is a flash. It's from July. It was 35 cents. It's number 251. And I had this as a kid. I had an original copy of this as a kid, and my mom caught me reading it when I was supposed to be doing something else, and she ripped it up and threw it out. And ever since then, I've been trying to get it back. And many moons ago, when I went to New York Comic-Con, because Lasso found out what specific Flash comic it was for me.
You just knew general things about the cover is what you could remember.
Yeah. Oh, I knew this cover. Like, I knew the cover in my head. So I gave Lasso the description of the cover, and he came back and he actually got me the issue. He told me what issue it was.
And what happened when you found the issue at NYCC?
I bought it.
But
the two things didn't happen at the same time.
Oh, they didn't. Okay. It's been a long time. Sorry. It's been a long time.
That's okay. It's been a long road. Okay. So I bought it at NYCC. I was really excited. And then East Coast Comic-Con rolled around. And East Coast Comic-Con, which didn't make it through past COVID. They never came back, which sucked because it was a really great mix of actor celebrities and comic celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it was George Lopez that was supposed to be there and got sick, I think, right when he walked off the plane. Was that who I was supposed to get you that autograph?
George Perez.
Jaws Perez. Yeah, sorry.
George Lopez.
Oh my God, that's the comedian. I'm sorry, George Perez.
I was like, I didn't know he was a fan.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like I said, you don't know anything about Star Trek. I know little about the comic. Anyway, George Perez. But somebody that was at East Coast Comic-Con was Joe Gaella, who inked this. So
that's cool.
So you can just, you know what? I had it. You could see it. It's right.
I saw it.
Yeah, it's next to the F. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got Joe's auto. I couldn't believe it because Lasso found this for me, and then I was actually able to get one of the artists that worked on it to sign it for me.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. That's one of my favorite things. That's why I love you, Lasso, because you helped me with my comic book stuff.
And you helped me get to the municipal building.
And I helped you get to the municipal.
Inside joke.
Which the other two people that are involved, you can still bring it up. We all laugh about it many moons later.
Yes. I do want to say that if you would like to do your own version of a book show, you can share a cover with us on Instagram. Use the hashtag Fanboys Live and the Retro Review so we can make sure to find your post too. And then you can kind of do an at home. You could do something Star Trek, you could do Green Lantern, or anything really DC Comics or related to tonight's show is a great thing to share on Instagram. And while I'm talking about hashtags and stuff, Stephanie, you have not been prompted on this at all. What is the best hashtag in the world?
What is the best hashtag in the world?
You know the answer to this.
Yeah, Star Trek Day.
No.
I know what it is.
I know what you want me. No, I know what he wants me to say.
Let her say it because it's better when she says it.
Hashtag Fu is a furry.
Oh, that's not at all what I was going to say.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I thought you were telling the truth. What the best hashtag in the world was?
It is.
Hashtag Casey's Pizza.
What about hashtag Hash Brown?
What about hashtag?
Yes.
There you go.
Mark the Cuddy Sark has popped in to see all this this A train go off the rails here at the end. We appreciate you, Mark. It's always awesome to see you pop in too. So that's our book show tonight. Transmissions from the NX7062 with Stephanie. Thank you for being a guest. You survived your first experience.
I survived it. Thank you for inviting me.
So we'd love to have you back on again if you're willing.
Absolutely.
And something else too. You are a Christopher Reeve fan, so maybe sometime we can get you to do one of these Superman 78 books or something.
I have those lying around too. Yeah, I would absolutely love to come back and talk about Superman 78.
Because when you were talking earlier about how you hear the characters' voices in your heads, that's for me when I read those Superman books.
Yep, him and Gene Hackman, may they both rest in peace. Those are my Lex and my Superman.
Yeah, and Margot too.
And Margot. Oh yeah, I never met Margot, but I did meet Janet Kidder, who's Margot's niece, who was in Star Trek Discovery.
Nice. So
she was also green, by the way.
Was green?
She was green. She was the same race that Yvonne Craig's character was.
Oh, okay, cool.
She was Orion.
Stephanie, watch this. Watch what I'm about to do right now.
Okay.
Hey, Signature King, guess what the topic next week is?
Oh, please. It's Legion of Superheroes, isn't it?
It is. And here's something that you might not know. Our special guest tonight, Stephanie has met our special guest next week. I have not ever met our special guest next week in person. You have never met our special guest next week in person, but tonight's guest has met the guest.
Who's the special guest next week?
J Hood Creative.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now Stephanie's going, when did I meet J Hood Creative? Do you remember going to a Chicago Comic-Con and you met, I said one of my friends in the YouTube community is there at McCormick Place?
Mm-hmm.
And you walked up and you met him.
That's right.
Jamie.
Right.
So Jamie's going to be on the show next week.
Very cool. That's a first. He's never been on before.
I thought he has.
No.
I thought he has.
Not that I remember.
I remember him being on.
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out next week if it's a first or not.
Keep in mind, we kind of inherited the show. We are not the OGs.
That's true. We are not. You're more OG than I am.
They started the show and like 6 months later, I came on.
You have more seniority than I do. But how weird is it that our guest, who isn't from the comic book YouTube world, has met our guest from next week when us, who are in the world, haven't?
It was a weekend of crossovers. So
yes, the crossover continues. So
crossovers.
J Hood Creative next week on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review with Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Poor SK.
Holy Superboy. No. I know who Superboy is, obviously. But
okay.
Legion of Superheroes? Forget it. I don't know anybody.
I want to tell you something.
I've been reading.
Okay. I'll tell you something because J Hood has picked out the issues for next week. And he said, I think this would be a good one for Tony because I think he would legitimately enjoy this story. So he was very kind in his pick for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Tony, after last week, Tony's going to take all the help that he could get.
Dude, I don't know anything about Legion of Superheroes. I don't know anybody's name. It's like reading it for the first time. Well, it kind of was, but you know.
See, Digger Jim's excited that we got Legion of Superheroes.
I know a lot about DC, but for some reason, Legion of Superheroes, it never was able to like hold my attention. Like I can't do it. Okay. I know Brainiac, and that was really it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're going to get a little more exposure next week. So
can't wait.
That's the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. If you watched it in the rewind, thank you so much. One more time for our special guest transmissions from the NX7062, Stephanie K, and links to her channel in the description. Thank you for subbing to my channel, but please sub to hers and don't forget to join the kingdom as well. Many of you are already over there.
Thank you to everybody that's subscribed. I can't wait to see you when I premiere on the 29th.
Yes, and Digger Jim's recommending the Mike Grell run. Okay, cool. You guys have a happy, healthy, and safe day. Enjoy Star Trek Day tomorrow, and live long and prosper. Good night.